I'm sorry I ain't get right back at you. I've been a little busy with this dynasty. Look, I've been meaning to make this video, but here we are. Took me a minute, but we here now. Now listen, don't blame Boxing Ego. Blame Jake Paul and Mike Tyson from the Catskill. It's like Cuth told me. Mike Tyson. They're the reasons, because they had their fight and I wanted to get through it. But they announced officially a fight card with David Benavidez and David Morrell Jr. Now, on my channel, I told you guys the fight was coming. In fact, the day they announced it officially, if you look on my social media, I had posted a graphic that I made, and then hours later, they actually released it. So again, the best in the business, and it's not even close, but I wanted to talk about it. So it is now official that David Benavidez and David Morrell will be fighting. They're also doing a press conference, so you guys will see that. And the fight is going to take place Saturday, February 1st, T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Prime Video, Amazon Prime, pay-per-view. And before I go deeper into the card and whatnot, I got to give credit to PBC and Al Heyman. I think there's so many players, we'll say, in the game of boxing that are desperate to like try to keep up. So they're having to do all sorts of things in order to do that. Like go to Saudi Arabia and, you know, really overpay fighters for their worth. I mean, we seen the Latino night. It didn't look like it was a crazy crowd for Golden Boy. And the reason I'm giving credit to PBC is making great fights like this fight that you guys see, right? And this fight with David Morrell, they really didn't have to do this. And not only are they making the great fight, but they're keeping the great fight in the great United States of America. You know, I think so many people are now feeling that you have to go abroad to the UK, you know, like Regis Prograis versus Catterall, or you have to go to Saudi Arabia and these other parts of the world in order to make a big fight. But and don't let people confuse you. There's people who are also saying that all of these other areas are the hotbed of boxing. But again, there's nothing that compares to a big night in the States, especially in Las Vegas particularly. Now, Jake Paul, his fight with Netflix in America, you've seen it. You've seen, they said 65 million people tuned in, free on Netflix, 70,000 crowd. It is what it is, but that's right here in America, right? And even though they had that many people, Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia just a year before actually had a higher live gate without a Mike Tyson. So it goes to show you the power of, you know, the States, but also America. So I appreciate PBC for not succumbing, I guess, to the pressures and doing what they do and, you know, targeting America. Everybody says they're going to come over and take over America in boxing, DAZN, Turkey, and then now it looks like people are fleeing. So I'm really happy that this fight is taking place, because this is a fight, let's be honest, this is a fight that deserves to be in America. You got a Cuban fighter who defected to the States in David Morrell Jr., and he is in Minneapolis, Houston area. You know, this is his home now. David Benavidez from Arizona. He's fought in Vegas, his last fight on the Tank Undercard. So the Caleb Plant fight, you know what I mean? It's just a fight that belongs here. People are talking about like, oh, Virgil Ortiz, Boots, and things like that. That would be a good fight, even though Boots' last performance, you know, and actually Virgil Ortiz's last performance, but at the end of the day, it would be happening here versus like they're talking about Virgil and Boots. If they do fight, it's going to happen in Saudi Arabia, making it harder. Like if you're a Texan fan and you're a fan of Virgil Ortiz, or you're from Philly, it's just harder to travel abroad. There's more that is required as opposed to a trip to Vegas. But anyway, I'm happy. I want to get that off my chest. But they also have the undercard. It looks like a rematch between Brandon the Heartbreaker Figueroa and Cool Boy Fulton. So that should be a good fight. New weight class. You have Esau Pitbull Cruz. He just lost his belt to El Rayo. So he's looking to get back in the win column and whatnot. And he's fighting Angel Fierro. So it's an all Mexican kind of bout right there. And then you have Jesus Ramos Jr. His brother just fought Barrios on that Mike Tyson Jake Paul card. Or actually I think it's his nephew. Excuse me, his nephew. And he's a great fighter, Jesus Ramos. He's fighting former unified champion Jason Rosario. So that's a good card. That's a very good card. And of course, the main event needs no introduction, really. Benavidez Morrell. The thing I like about it, two undefeated fighters, two guys with dangerous styles, new weight class. So they're both, I love fights like this because despite them actually moving to light heavyweight, they both have one fight apiece, and now they're going for the gusto, fighting each other. They didn't really have to do that. The Mexican Monster versus David Morrell, they could have like stalled it out and said, oh, we're waiting for things to align and marinate. They're getting it right out the gate. I also think this is a testament to who Benavidez is. He's not just sitting up here waiting for the Canelo sweepstakes. Payday, you want payday? I know that. You know, he's not waiting for anything. He's like, I got a career, I got a legacy of my own. Canelo don't want to fight. He want 200 mil or something that's not feasible. Bye. You know, I'll fight David Morrell, which is an excellent fight. Like I said, two undefeated fighters, both got to the light heavyweight division. There can be only one. So I really like this card. I like it's the beginning of 2025. So it just guarantees us when the year starts. Because I remember there's certain years where boxing in like January, February was like dry. And we didn't start getting the fights until maybe late March. Because my birthday's in March, you know, and April and things like that. But some of these recent years, it's been dry the first 2 months. So it's good to see right out the gates. We got a banger. Press conference coming right up. Let me know who you're picking. Listen, I have nothing bad to say about either David. David gonna win. That's it. David gonna win. Whether it's Benavidez or Morrell, one of the David's gonna win. But salute to both of them for just making the fight. And they, like I said, there's so many fights that fall apart. I want more money, or I'm moving back to 168, or the time is not right, he can't sell. Like, there's just different things that get in the way of the fights coming to fruition. And again, PBC, they just shoot. They don't really announce until they're ready to announce something. Versus DAZN, Turkey, Eddie Hearn, they keep talking about fights they want to make. Oh, I want Shakur and William Zepeda. But then they interview William Zepeda after he allegedly beat Tevin Farmer, which he didn't actually beat him. And then he doesn't really sound like, yeah, I'm fighting Shakur Stevenson. He doesn't really sound confident. And then they're talking about Virgil Ortiz versus Boots, but it doesn't sound like it's confirmed. So I love how PBC handles their business, because they just don't talk unless there's something to talk about. And that's how I work. Like, I don't have to give you guys this big preamble and spill and precursor. I don't have to forewarn you. I just drop. When I want to drop, no matter what it is, when I'm ready, I drop. It is like that. Let me know what you guys think. Great fight. Let me know what you guys think of the press conference later. Subscribe to the channel. I am the best in the business, and it's not even close. Believe it.